So we really began this journey about 10 years ago with the overall challenge of saying how can we get the farming system to function as a whole so there's year-round feed and minimal risk. And we thought a good place to start was to look at the plants that are already adapted to our difficult and variable climate that we operate in. So our focus was looking at the Australian native shrubs because of what they could bring that was missing from other valuable parts of the farming system and the feed base for livestock. And then we had to learn along the way which were the species that could fill that role, and just as importantly, how do we manage the livestock so they can do their job, which is mixing and matching a diet that meets their needs through all of this variability over time. So the key thing is the unique contribution that the perennial shrubs can make that is missing from an annual based system. So they bring in a source of nitrogen and a source of minerals, for example, that is lacking in late summer through autumn, and indeed feed supply generally in early winter when other options are not so strong. And it's the complementarity between the two, our existing forage options and the new perennial shrubs, that together provide a functional whole. That functional whole provides collectively year-round feed supply with minimal risk and an option to minimise the downside when seasons go against you, but an opportunity to capitalise when the seasons go with you. It's been very important to us to have a system that doesn't restrict you from the good times when they do occur. And there's two components to that. One is that the shrubs themselves will respond to a good season like any plant will, and their productivity will treble very easily if you have a favourable set of conditions. But also it's the whole system. They're just a component of the whole system. You haven't put all your eggs into one basket. I think when you look at the productivity that you can get from a shrub-based system, and by that term that's the native shrubs with the pasture interrow, thinking of that as a whole, at a time of year where there'd be a lot of hand feeding, a lot of money spent on supplementary feed and a lot of time spent hand feeding livestock, that we've been able to show quite respectable and often impressive weight gains at that time of year that would be starting to resemble what you'd otherwise be expecting in spring. So that opens up all sorts of opportunities around how you manage animals, how many you can run on your place, because there's no value in having a goal for building your livestock enterprise if you then hit a gap, because that ultimately sets the limits on what's possible. So if we can start filling that gap and achieve weight gain cost effectively, then opportunities are open. So there's really two major benefits that we've been able to quantify, and that's the reduction in supplementary hand feeding. So we really see the shrubs as the source of supplementary feed, as a living source that bring with it a suite of other benefits, but of approximately equal value and often of greater value is the financial return of deferred grazing on other parts of the farm. When you're able to graze in autumn through the break of season on these perennial based systems, you're not grazing the annual based systems that need that early start, and they're considerably more productive for the rest of the year, and as a whole farm you're much better off.
My name is Gary Page, and we farm a bit over 1,200 hectares here at West Pingelly. Yeah, we've searched and searched and searched for a streamlined system that will help reduce, one, the cost of the supplementary feed, and two, the time that it takes during that 6 months of summer feeding. So that's why we're looking at a fodder shrub system. Yeah, having the experience of the small plantations that we've got and the benefit that we've gained from that over the years, we can see a benefit in probably planting around the 10% or more of our property to a fodder shrub system. And we've sat down and looked at the maps and strategically placed them in ridge tops, hard to access arable areas, with the difficulty cropping areas, rocky ridges, and also the valley floors. As part of the arrangement and agreement that we've got with SWIC is engaging other farmers and growers to look at this system, and yeah, we think this is exciting and helpful, and yeah, hope to if other people are interested, they can look at what we're doing and make a decision from there.